Yo, it's the Ed Lover Show. It's Power 105.1. Me and Kim in the building talk about the Notorious movie. Now, you just telling me that this is the first time I've ever heard you admit that you were the mistress.
Yeah, I mean, he was married. That's no secret, and right. That's not something I'm proud of. I was a baby. Like, people think, oh, Kim, I've been in this game so long, I'm so old. I'm really not. Like, when I came out, I was a teenager.
Right.
Like, I had to wait one more year till I turned 18 to sign my contract.
Really?
Yeah.
You were a baby.
Yeah, when I came in the industry, I was a teenager. But, my music was so mature, they were afraid to say that I was a teenager.
Before you met Big, were you already writing rhymes?
Yeah.
You was already rapping? Mm-hmm. How much influence on your style did Big have?
A whole lot. I was Big's biggest fan before he even got big. We used to go to block parties. Right, Just
was in the building with his aunt brothers.
Yes, so I mean, like we would really support him, like because me and C's sister were best friends.
Right.
So I knew C's like since he was little.
Right, and knew Biggie since before the deal with Puff and before getting dropped from Uptown and before Bad Boy and before all of that. Was Junior Mafia always in the works for you guys? Was that always something that he was going to do?
Well, those was his little homies, and so he just wanted to bring them. I mean, Big was just. He loved a family environment, so he just wanted to bring them up and have them doing something. He knew half of them couldn't rap, whatever, but he was just like, I want them a part of our situation, and so he always had that kind of vision for that. So,
Early on in your career, how much writing did you do of your own material early on?
Early on, I wrote mostly all of my stuff. Trust to tell you, I'm gonna tell you. That's why another part of the movie, they made it seem like I was a robot or a puppet. Like, what? I gets busy a lot of the time. a lot of the time, I used to write raps, and Big wouldn't even want to write it for me because he'd be like, "She could do it." I used to ask him, like when I used to get lazy, whatever. I used to be like, "I don't feel like finishing the 8 bars. Can you finish them for me?" He'd be like, "What? You stupid. If you don't get in that room and finish that daggone rap, I'm not doing it." And then I would go in, and that pushed me really because I'm really like a really dainty. Like at 8, like if I was in the studio too long, I'm like, damn, I'm supposed to be shopping right now. Like I don't want to be, like I'm serious. And he used to be like, what? You better go and finish that, and then I'll go and finish it or whatever. But it's like the Benjamins, all me. Big wasn't even in New York for that. You know what I mean? Get Money, all me. He used to come in sometimes on Get Money. He came in, he changed up the little things because he didn't. If I said something that he felt was whack, he'd be like, nah, you can't say that. Change this line right here, And then
I know a question I've always wanted to ask you about, a record that is one of my all-time favorites, and most women that I know love this record to death, and it never became a single. It was an album cut, Another, with you and Big. Were y'all actually that mad at each other?
Yes, I was. I wanted to kill him. I wanted to kill him. And guess what? That was his favorite song. Right? Remember he used to say, I love that.
It was
because
captured
she was
so
real.
wonderfully, yeah.
And I wrote that.
You were so real.
I was pissed.
And angry and called them all kind of black
As a matter of fact,
and
let me tell you what happened. Yeah, right? Am I lying, Jess? Am I lying? We got kicked out of the Hit Factory because we was fighting so bad. He brought some old stinky groupies up in there, and we and him was together. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to get him. Oh, I'm going to get him. So, I had a little shorty come up and come pick me up in the E-class.
Oh, God.
And he tried to, I was behind the booth literally rapping. Am I lying, Just? I got my headphones on like this. I'm like, yeah, you know that. Boom! My headphones on like and I was like, right? And I was crying. I was so scared.
God,
I didn't know what happened. And he like, you trying to play me? You trying to play me? I'm like, well, you trying to play me? You got all these skanks in here.
Wow.
And we started fighting, and we tore the plaques off the wall and everything. And he choked me out in the elevator, so I passed out. And look.
And you were still loving this man after all of this.
I don't know why. But I tell you, sometimes if he wasn't dead, I kill him. I love him. That's my baby. But
Kim, how do you feel all these years later when you see something come up and somebody will get murdered, and then they'll find a person just like this, or somebody else will die and they'll find a person just like this, and they'll solve this crime and they'll solve this crime. Do you think that the police just don't want to come to grips with and be honest about who killed Big?
I just think that they don't care at this moment. It's going to cost them too much money. You know how that is, and when you're dealing with the government and stuff like that. And I just think that this situation is so deeper than we probably would ever know. Mm-hmm. And I think that it will turn into a big mess if they go hard with it.
Do you think we'll ever find out the truth?
I'm not God, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. But if I had to guess, I would probably say, no.
It's the Ed Lover Show. It's Power 105.1. Lil' Kim is in the building, y'all. We'll be right back. It's Power 105.1.